Okay, the Goodwood FPV project, pre-production. Production just about start assembling all the cars. Got the 4 radios here as well now, which I've modified. Each one's got a different coloured light on the top to show that it's on, because these will be at slight remote locations, so you have to check from a distance that they're switched on. I modified these switches on the top so that they can be permanently set to slave, which is the steering wheel, and I've also modified the control sticks on the front, so if you wanted to test the cars and everything without the steering wheel, because you could use them as a master and a normal 2-stick operation, which is sprung loaded throttle and steering on the side. So they're all going to be wired up and put into a box later. The 8 cars here have been prepped and ready to have everything installed in them. They've been stripped down. The gear ratios have been changed to the lowest pinning I could get in, which is 13 tooth. This one has actually got the speedo. That's the position it's going to go in. Put in. All the others are going to be put in. I've changed all the wiring on the speedo. And over here is the all the stuff I've already prepared. There's eight receivers there, special receivers, which can take all the connections and work from those radios. Here these custom made, which I made, voltage multipliers to work the camera and transmitter, and also has little LED displays to tell you the voltage of the LiPo, and there's 4 different ones. I've got red, green, yellow, and there's a blue one as well. Anyways, 8 of them. I've done all the wiring to correct length, just like little wiring looms. So when it goes in the car, everything connects together. All the speedos I've rewired and put on a connector here for the 7.2 volts, which has to connect to the voltage multiplier and display. And I've changed the connectors on those. Here's a lot of work was done on the transmitters. I wired in a microphone onto the side. That's been wired into the circuit board. That's an amplified microphone and wired up. Then I made these little looms on the side, so they're just the right length to connect to the camera, and with a bit of flexibility in it, put a little bend in it so that as the camera moves it doesn't pull or anything. They're fitted with high gain transmitter aerials, which I've tightened up, and then put a little rubber on them, just try and make sure they don't come undone. They won't anyway, but I might as well do that as well. And then all the work was done on these top decks to fit the servos and the cameras. A lot of work, had to cut the top deck, drop the servos in. These had to be put on the car to make sure the servo didn't touch the drive shaft in the middle with a little spacer, and they were glued in top and then set and turned over, glued in bottom. Then the cameras, high performance Sony camera, had to have the brackets re-drilled on the side, which was quite difficult. That steel is quite good steel for a little bracket. And then they fit as low as possible onto the servo. And in fact, the bottom of the camera, I put a little recess in the bottom of the plastic case of the camera, luckily, so it fits on the head of the bolt that holds the whole thing on, so it actually holds the camera in a vertical position as well. They've been fixed on, and they'll all be set up when it's in the car. So I've done 8 of them as well. And all that stuff's going to be installed in the cars, tie wrapped and everything, and it should come out just like the prototype one here. And Oh yeah, there's well, I made the looms for the display, and I've printed out the logos and everything, but I've just got to make up some more dashboards, and then we will obviously test them, set them all up to the radios in pairs, all the frequencies and everything, and that'll all be done later. And hopefully when it stops raining outside, we'll be able to test them, make sure they're all working okay. Still only got one wheel, still waiting for a delivery of 4 more wheels so they can be all set up properly. Anyway, we'll be doing the build later on and show you how they are when they're all finished.